Softball Super Regional presented by Capital One. Absolutely gorgeous night for Game 2 of this Super Regional from UCLA, featuring 8 overall seed UCLA Bruins taking on the darlings of the tournament, the UCF Knights, playing in just their second Super Regional in program history. Multiple World Series tickets have been punched, including Alabama, who will take on the winner out of this Super. If UCLA picks up a win here in Game 2, they will clinch their 34th Women's College World Series appearance. Hi again, everybody. Matt Schumacher alongside the Hall of Famer Kenzie Fowler with you. What an awesome regional this is. It's David and Goliath, one of the giants of the sport in UCLA. And boy, already in this Super Regional, the Bruin Bombers have shown up.
Well, this is the program that has the most history in our sport, and somehow we're finding ourselves here in the year of 2026 where they are breaking program records. They're setting their own NCAA records, and they are closing in on 200 home runs. And my goodness, did we see some big hits last night.
We sure have. 3 homers last night for the Bruins, and that is what they have done all year long, averaging over 3 home runs per game.
They're on pace as a team to hit 200, and I love the fact that there's so much talk about Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery, and it's so much deserved. 2 of the best players in our sport. And so, yes, it was a trio of underclassmen last night that got pitches, and boy, they were ready. Big swings from 1 to 9 in this lineup.
On the flip side, UCF too has had a historic season offensively, breaking program records, tying others. We've seen them hit 5 home runs in this tournament. They only got 1 run last night against Taylor Tinsley. They'll face her again tonight. The question, can they do more in their second look against the senior?
And look, going toe-to-toe with the offense on the other side, UCLA, that's a really big ask. But it's the way that they've gotten to this point in this Super Regional. They've swung their way here. They will have to follow the lead of Sierra Humphreys, who had that big solo shot last night.
The UCF Knights are seeking their first win in a Super Regional in program history. They need it tonight to extend their season against the UCLA Bruins, who are 1 win away from a 34th trip to OKC. Batters hitting .330 or better, including Riley Slimp in the leadoff, who became one of the best table setters in the country this year. Had the walk-off homer last night for the program record 29th run rule victory of the season for UCLA, taking Game 1 against UCF. And tonight, Torrey Payne makes a start in a must-win game, as she did a week ago against Florida State. Went 6 innings in UCF's first win against FSU in the NCAA tournament.
Well, you look at the innings pitched, 37, and going into the regionals, she only had 30 innings. So this is a pitcher that is trending hot at the right time, getting the ball in very meaningful games. Of course, like you said, got the Game 7 match against Florida State, and this is a huge start. She's going to throw in the low 60s, work her curve, try and keep it down in the zone against this very potent offense.
Game 2 is underway. Ball 1 outside. Our home plate umpire, Jim Bertuzzi. John Baca at first, Anthony Small at second, Megan Rabin at third. Riley Slimp, one of 5 underclassmen in the starting lineup for UCLA. It's a team that is younger in many spots than Kelly I has had traditionally, with so many deep postseason runs. But it's an uber talented underclassmen group led by 4 seniors who have been elite in their leadership this year.
And right away, you're seeing the freshman in the circle, Tori Payne, falling behind in the count. This was a big emphasis, I'm sure, going into this game with the free passes that we saw from UCF last night. It was not the way that you want to start a super regional.
Slim thought she had a walk. Instead, it's strike 1 called by Jim Bertuzzi. To your point, Kenzie, 9 free passes issued by UCF pitching last night, and it came back to bite them almost every time.
Showing an off-speed pitch there, trying to get back in the count. One thing that Riley Slimp is so good at is just seeing a lot of pitches in the very first at-bat. This is what she did yesterday to start the game. She didn't get on base, but it was a long at-bat.
And a walk to lead off game 2.
And it's one of those things where I'm sure you talk about it, but you don't want to make it bigger than it is for UCF. They know how good this UCLA offense is, and so if you're talking about we've got to make sure we limit the free passes, sometimes that's one of those things as a pitcher, you're thinking about it too much, and then what happens when you're thinking about it? Well, you kind of do it.
Megan Grant, one of the all-time stars in the sport. 40 home runs already this year, breaking the single-season NCAA record. And is 1 swing away from tying the all-time career home run record at UCLA, held by Stacy Newman, who is in attendance tonight. But she's seen a lot of her records broken or near broken this year by the Bruin Bombers. Grant did not see many pitches to hit last night, drew 3 walks. Leads the nation in walks along with a host of other categories.
Well, right now, hitters count, you just saw an off-speed pitch that missed for a ball. If you're Megan Grant, you're sitting 1 speed, 1 location. This is a great opportunity to get a swing off.
She does to second base. Humphreys flips to short, and a double play turn by Aubrey Evans. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Tori Payne, and 2 down in the first.
This was off the end of the bat. Really nice pitch from Tori Payne to get this result. Quick turn, and then Aubrey Evans. This is the heart of the team for UCF. 2 senior starters, 2 senior captains. Aubrey Evans, the shortstop, the leadoff. She's in every single play. That's some really good momentum to just get on the good side for UCF. Get your crowd in it. Good start to the game.
2 down and the bases empty for the reigning Big Ten Softball Player of the Year. Jordan Woolery from Walnut Creek, California, saw her average dip below 500 after last night's game for the first time in 2 months. Went hitless in game 1 of the Super. 2-0. Such a big start for Torrey Payne, Florida native, a true freshman from Wellington, Florida. Rewrote the record book at her high school and now has the opportunity to grip the rubber in a must-win game 2. Hard hit from Woolery. One hopped into the mid of Evans. Payne faces the minimum thanks to an infield double play. The Knights offense has a chance to strike first in game 2 when we come back. UCLA, Taylor Tinsley makes her 8th consecutive start for the Bruins and her 15th straight appearance in the circle after going 5 innings and allowing just 1 earned run last night.
It was so huge for her offense to get that run rule victory, just the 5 innings, and keeping her pitch number under 100, because you know that she was going to get the ball here today. She's going to throw in the mid-60s. It's me a great mix. It's all about her changeup, her rise ball. Those are really her strikeout pitches, but she'll set those pitches up with a curveball and a drop ball. And the senior All-American, she's going to go as long as she can for her team.
And she will go against this UCF starting lineup, brought to you by Capital One, that managed just the lone solo homer against her last night. That came off the bat of Sierra Humphreys. And really only twice last night that they square up Tinsley. 3 hits total. One of them didn't even leave the infield, for an offense that has been much more productive than what we saw last night. Well, adjustments will be made from Cindy Ball Malone's club here in game 2. Line foul.
Listening to the post-game press conference for UCF, Coach Ball Malone was very much in the favor that we need to be more aggressive. Did not like her at bats, thought they were too passive, thought they gave away too many pitches. Just something to keep an eye on her early.
Evans, deep, goodbye. Aubrey Evans. And UCF jumps in front early.
That'll make Coach happy. This is an aggressive swing like Coach was wanting, going upstairs and just meeting the ball where it's at. And you can see on her finishing that low, just a nice quick swing, getting to the point of contact. It's a line drive. Getting out of here in a hurry. That's how we start. That's what I wanted yesterday. Oh, yeah.
I love the energy of the Bear. Affectionately known as Coach Bear, Cindy Ball Malone has this program in the midst of their golden era. 6 straight NCAA tournament appearances for the first time in their short program history. Been around just 25 years. Playing in their 2nd super regional ever. The other coming in 2022. They fell 2-0 to Oklahoma. 1-1 pitch to Griffin. How much confidence does that give your team, Kenzie, when it took a few innings for them to even put the ball in play last night? Your first batter goes yard on Tinsley.
Yeah, and you've waited so long to get to this point. Like you said, 2nd super regional, so it's so built up. You're playing at UCLA, talking about all the history that's in the other dugout, and so that's a lot of pressure. And you want to continue the theme of playing loose and being the underdog and kind of embracing that. And so for UCF, I think it was probably tough, their performance last night, not the way that they wanted that to go.
Evans had their first hit against Tinsley last night, but it didn't come until the 4th inning. Ashley Griffin, a seasoned player at UCF, the redshirt senior from Noonan, Georgia, the captain. Goes down on a 2-2. Nasty off speed from Tinsley, 1 down.
This is where we'll start to see more of the arsenal from Taylor Tinsley. And it's a challenge as a pitcher when you're facing the same lineup and the same hitters. Everyone knows what you look like. You have all that data, but you've got to create new looks and be fresh. Save some pitches. Pitch backwards if you need to. It's a great response from the senior.
Boy, they're coming up aggressive early. UCF last night, it felt early, came in taking pitches. Yeah. Tonight, they're coming up swinging.
And to be fair, I think that could have been a good strategy to take a lot of pitches, just because you know that if you want to beat UCLA, you have to rack up the pitch count against Taylor Tinsley and see if you can chase her from this ball game. She is the key to getting to Oklahoma City. You've got to get her out of the circle. And so, you know, one of those things where maybe it doesn't work because of how UCF has gotten to this point. They have been very aggressive in free swingers. It's been a program record for them offensively.
1-1 to Damon, just missed.
Good pitch.
Well, coming into the night, Tinsley had thrown 362 pitches in 4 NCAA tournament games so far this year. Damon, hard hit to third. Alejandre pops, and it's scooped at first by Woolery.
Left side of this infield for UCLA, both freshmen, Alejandre and Garcia to her left. So talented. We saw Alejandre hit that home run last night, but 2 young stars defensively that have been holding it down this entire season.
Izzy Merdez at the plate for UCF. You talked about the record-breaking year. She has had a career year at the plate and has been a big part of this offense's success. Hits in 7 of her last 10 games. And one of 6 nights to earn all Big 12 honors this year. 0-2.
Tinsley got Mertes out yesterday on a strikeout and a ball to shortstop, both on her changeup. She set up perfectly for an off-speed. Woo! Little drop ball action. Senior showing some emotion, especially after rebounding, giving up the leadoff home run to fellow senior Aubrey Evans, starting this thing off for UCF the way that Coach Cindy Ball Malone wanted. She said, let's go. What a swing from the senior.
There is nothing like the Women's College World Series.
Women's College World Series returns Thursday on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2. Kelly I has won a pair as the head coach here at UCLA. Her program has won a record 12, and she is seeking UCLA's 34th trip to Oklahoma City, leading all teams across the country. You played against Kelly I in the Women's College World Series Champ Series in 2010, falling just short to UCLA. For so long, this has been the Goliath of college softball.
Just what Kelly I means to UCLA, being a player herself, winning a national championship herself as a catcher. And then, of course, was an assistant coach, winning national championships along Sue Inquest. I mean, just look out at the wall. There is so much history in this ballpark. And Kelly and also Lisa have been there almost every step of the way.
Kelly I still the only Division I coach to win a World Series as a player and as a head coach. And her team this year has carried on the legacy. They're one win away from another trip to the World Series. They've had a record-breaking season. And this is scorched into center, diving play. Samantha Ray makes the catch. Headlong dive. And the Knights have come to play in Game 2.
Well, they already showed us a double play in the top of the first, but man, this is taking the cake here. Samantha Ray, she's from California. This is in her neck of the woods. Grew up watching UCLA, and she gets to make a diving catch out in center field in front of all those championships on the wall. And you know who's loving it? Her pitcher, a freshman. So huge.
Strike one to Bria Alejandre, who continued her history-making freshman year last night with her 23rd home run of the year, tying the Big Ten freshman single-season home run record. Then that caught her. Second free pass of the night, and she heads up to first. Thank you very much, Kevin. Must-win game for Texas. They get it done to force Game 3 as we welcome you to UCLA in a must-win game for UCF to extend their season. Matt Schumacher, the Arizona Hall of Famer, Kenzie Fowler. UCF took an early lead tonight with a leadoff home run from Aubrey Evans. The Knights starting the true freshman Torrey Payne against one of the great offenses this sport has ever seen. Ball one to Kanaya Bragg, who was one of 3 different Bruins last night, to homer in a run rule walk-off victory, their 29th of the year to break a program record.
There's so much pop in this lineup, 1 through 9. And last night it was a trio of underclassmen that had the biggest swings. Kanaya Bragg was one of them, just a sophomore.
1-2 pitch. Bragg, right side, backhanded at first, making an excellent play is Ashley Griffin to get the lead runner 2 down. Boy, this team looks sharper in the field tonight after they had 2 errors last night, Kenzie, when they had 0 in their 4 NCAA regional games in Tallahassee last weekend.
Well, this is what Torrey Payne is in the game to do. It's to pitch to contact and feeder defense. Torrey Payne, a true freshman, got the Game 7 start against Florida State, got the win. I mean, you want to talk about a huge start, and then you turn around, you're facing UCLA, the best offense in the game. Your number is called, and so far doing a really nice job just being in the moment, being comfortable to pitching to contact, and we've already seen 3 amazing plays defensively here early.
Runner on 2 down for lefty Ramirez. Chopper to second base. Humphreys over to first, and that'll do it for the Bruins in the 2nd inning. Unable to capitalize on the 2nd free pass of the night. Knight bats pick them up when we return.
Well, the senior in the circle, the All-American for UCLA, Taylor Tinsley, she's going to get the ball a lot, and she's going to have to use her whole mix. It's going to be the drop ball, which is a new pitch for her this year, curve, change, and rise. She's facing this UCF lineup. She saw it yesterday. She's going to face it again today. If there's an if necessary tomorrow, she will face it again. She's just that workhorse for UCLA. She has been this entire season, and that's a really tall task as a pitcher. You have to have new looks, you have to show different pitches, you have to pitch different ways to keep the powerful offense for UCF on their toes.
Has thrown 60% of her team's pitches overall this year, but even more than that since we turned the calendar to May. It has been the Taylor Tinsley show. Gave up a home run last night to Sierra Humphreys. The lone run scored by the Knights off Tinsley last night. Humphreys leads it off for UCF here in the bottom of the second with a 1-run lead. Nicely played at first by Woolery, 1 down.
We knew that Humphreys was probably not going to see an inside pitch, so the home run that she hit off of Tinsley was something high and in, and so that's what I'm talking about with the breakdown of pitches. And if you have something else that you can use and show a different look, hey, I didn't show you my curveball away, I didn't show you my drop ball away, this is what you're going to get now, see if you can hit it.
Now, Tinsley this year was top 10 in the country in innings, wins, complete games. And Kelly I has said multiple times throughout this postseason she will go down as one of the most impactful pitchers in the history of this storied program because of what she has sacrificed, Kenzie, to get her team to this point. Something you know very well. It's rare in today's era we see somebody take on this many innings. It's something you did as a freshman at Arizona.
Look at some of the names that have 30-plus wins. Of course, her coach in the dugout, Lisa Fernandez, has been a huge part of her development. I remember watching Kira Garrell in 2003 throw no-hitter in the Women's College World Series, and that was kind of the formative years of my life where I was like, that looks really cool. I want to do that. I want to be like Kira Garrell. Just some legends of the program. And it's so just a great storyline because Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery get every single headline because they're two of, if not the two best players in our sport. They're on the same team. But Taylor Tinsley is the most impactful player on this team.
Has her third strikeout, putting Yarnell down swinging. Second out of the inning.
She just has great body language. She's always working on her routine, talking to her youngsters that are surrounding her, especially on that left side. It's a great dynamic. So she's having to carry a very big load, but also be a leader in the same breath.
It was not a role that was completely expected coming into the year. This is a team that just a year ago had the likes of Caitlin Terry and Addison Fisher, both who have pitched in the Super Regional for their new teams this year. Left in the offseason via the transfer portal. And it became Taylor Tinsley's team, at least as far as pitching is concerned. And it's a role she has relished, embraced, and handled with excellence. Appeal to third did not go, according to Megan Raven.
Trying to set up Jaimez with a drop ball and then going back upstairs with the rise. That's a good hold.
1-2 pitch to Coco Jaimez. Oh, nasty from Tinsley. Strikeout number 4. And a 1-2-3 second for the senior.
This is what I'm talking about with the mix. In that at-bat, we saw a drop ball, a rise ball, and then an elite changeup for a big swing and miss. Taylor Tinsley, the All-American, showing us some emotion. We'll see if her bats can have her back, but what a pitch.
The NCAA Softball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Aubrey Evans had the first of 3 hits last night for UCF, though it didn't come until the 4th inning against Taylor Tinsley. Tonight, she did it as the first batter of the game for UCF. Went yard on Tinsley to give the Knights a 1-0 lead in a must-win Game 2 for UCF, trying to extend their season and force Game 3 of the Super Regional. They have never won a Super Regional game. Went 0-2 against eventual national champs Oklahoma back in 2022. And lost in run rule fashion last night. Sujin Berry leads it off for UCLA here in the 3rd. Bottom portion of this Bruins lineup, but equally as dangerous as pretty much anyone in the country, regardless of where they hit.
Transfer from Iowa and was one of the best Big Ten hitters a season ago. And it was kind of interesting. I was looking at the schedule, and UCLA and Iowa played a pair of games. They split those games. And Berry hit 2 home runs in the game that Iowa beat UCLA.
When the Bruins were top 5.
And Kelly Inouye-Perez said she straight up beat us. And so when you see that name go into the portal, you're like, huh, I remember what you did against us. You would be a great addition to our team.
Laser in the right field. First hit of the night for UCLA. And it comes off the bat of the 8-hitter, Sujin Berry.
Well, everything that I'm seeing so far from Torrey Payne, even though that is a base hit, it's line drives and on the ground. So nothing has been in the air like we saw last night with the 3 home runs from the Bruins. And I'm sure that's part of Coach Cindy Ball-Malone's matchup. It's a very deep bullpen. We saw 3 arms for UCF yesterday. And that bullpen will always be active, but as long as Torrey Payne can keep the ball on the ground, that's as good as you can ask against this very dangerous offensive lineup for UCLA.
Freshman Jolina Lamar celebrating a birthday tonight, batting in the 9 spot. And time called by Beth Damon. Jolina Lamar comes from a rich softball family. Her mom, Marissa Young, led Duke to a Super Regional appearance this year against Arkansas. Was the ACC Coach of the Year just a couple of seasons ago. Her sister plays for Marissa Young at Duke. Dad James coached their travel ball team growing up. Keeping it all in the family.
Well, I loved asking Coach Inouye-Perez about Jolina just because she is a coach's kid and maybe carries a little bit more pressure being Coach Young's daughter over here on the West Coast. There's a lot of eyeballs because everyone knows who she is. Coach Inouye-Perez was like, she came in with the full package. She came in with a different head on her shoulders. There's not much that we've had to really teach her. She comes in and knows exactly what she wants. And she wanted to go West Coast. Wanted to kind of create her own path. She said she's been thriving, especially as of late, has worked her way and earned that starting spot in center field at the bottom of the lineup. A little bit banged up in the fall, so kind of had a slow start to the season. So feeling good, feeling healthy. And those clutch hits when you're coming off the bench, you do it enough, coach says, all right, you're gonna get a slot, especially as a true freshman.
Went around on the check swing on the 4th 3-ball count of the night from Torrey Payne. And to your point about Jolina, she had perhaps UCLA's biggest hit of the NCAA tournament so far. Game-tying 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th against Cal Baptist to erase a 4-run deficit, setting up a UCLA walk-off. And here draws a walk in her first at-bat of Game 2. Already the third free pass of the night from Tori Payne.
This was an issue yesterday. 9 free passes, 6 walks, 3 hit by pitches from the UCF pitching staff. And now you turn the lineup over to the top, so Lamar doing exactly what she needs to do in that 9 spot, seeing a lot of pitches, moving her teammate over, getting herself on base, and then here come the big bats. And of course, Riley Slimp, we saw her go yard last night.
And Megan Grant looms on deck. The single season NCAA record holder with 40 bombs. Looking at potentially a bases loaded, nobody out situation. UCF hoping to turn 2 as they've done already once tonight. And you mentioned all the free passes last night, Kenzie. You, as a former pitcher with postseason experience, always talk about how much more magnified those are in postseason. 5 of those 9 free passes came around to score for UCLA in game 1.
And it's one of those things where you have to know it, but it's another thing to do it, that UCLA is going to have big hits. And we've already seen UCF have big hits. They had a home run last night. Aubrey Evans has one tonight. So your team can do the same thing, but are those big hits coming with 2 runners on base, or are they coming with no one on base?
Slimp taken all the way here. 3 ball, 1 strike count, 2 on, nobody out.
Payne trying to work everything away to Slimp, especially with the runner at second base. See if she can feed that left side of her infield.
You taking here for Slimp, or you swinging away?
Swinging away. Had a home run last night. See if the bat stays hot.
She takes and loads the bases for the NCAA single season home run queen. And unlike last night, there is nowhere to put Megan Grant, who 3 times walked in game 1.
The crowd loves them some Megan Grant. There are fat heads in the stands. There are hats that say Chef Megan Cooking, and everyone is on their feet because they know what's at the plate. 40 home runs? Are you kidding? We've never seen it. Megan Grant did it last weekend with a grand slam, and this is the situation, and it's why UCF is having a timeout, seeing if they can calm down the crowd, let their true freshmen in the circle breathe a little bit. But what a spot for a freshman to be in here. Especially UCLA right now is motivated. They're down 1.
Crowd on its feet in West Los Angeles. Megan Grant, 1 home run away from tying Stacey Newman's all-time career home run record at UCLA. Looks at strike 1. Stacey Newman in attendance tonight. Bases loaded, nobody out in a 1-run game. And Grant's first at bat of the night, Kenzie, she grounded into a double play ball.
And you can tell they're trying to go inside. Do not want to let Megan Grant get extended. Tori Payne has done a phenomenal job at keeping the ball down in the zone. It's just been those free passes. There's been an issue.
The problem for Payne is that right behind Grant is Jordan Woolery, the NCAA RBI leader, awaiting on deck. Two-1 from Payne.
Jordan Woolery, she's been walking up to Megan Grant, little encouragement.
Ooh, a high strike.
I like it,
Grant.
though. I like it. Knees to the sternum, that's a strike.
Full count to the Bruin bomber. Grant crushed but foul. Light tower power.
It's kind of what I've been waiting for her to do. She's been taking so many walks, 3 walks last night, but she's a bad ball hitter. She can hit a ball a foot off the plate if she needs to.
One swing away from tying Stacey Newman's record. Bases loaded. Grant in the air to left. It could go. No, it's caught at the wall. It will drive in the game-tying run. That had everybody in this building on their feet.
Whew. It's a big exhale for UCF. And this is a mishit from Megan Grant. She's underneath it, it's away, and it just tells you the power that she has because it's at the warning track, up against the wall. Easy sacrifice, so UCLA evens this thing up. But it allows Tori Payne to take a breath in the circle. That was a gritty at-bat for a freshman to deal with. And then you got to go back to work. Here comes another Bruin bomber.
Jordan Woolery coming up swinging. She and Megan Grant have combined to be the only teammates in NCAA history to hit 30-plus home runs in the same season. 34 for the Big Ten Softball Player of the Year. And now if you're Payne, you're 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. We've already seen the Knights turn a double play ball against Grant in the first. Woolery was handcuffed. Humphrey makes the easy play at second base, 2 down.
What a pitch. I don't think Tori Payne is letting the moment be too big, especially talk about what she did last weekend against Florida State. Game 7, season on the line, she gets the call. She delivers, and right now, those were a huge test. Megan Grant, Jordan Woolery, she finds 2 outs. The issue just is the free passes. If the free passes don't happen in this inning, UCLA has not scored a run.
They have a free pass in each of the first 3 innings. 1-0 to Alina Garcia. What a story she's been this year for UCLA. One of perseverance and grit. Such a highly touted freshman last year, suffered an injury, missed the remainder of the campaign, and had to work like heck to get back this year. Earned all conference, earned all Big Ten defensive team. And time has been called. Beth Damon maybe a little bit shaken up as Cindy Ball Malone comes out of the dugout.
It's her catching hand. Been one of those things where you catch a ball wrong.
She has caught a lot of innings this year for UCF and has managed a staff of 8 pitchers. One of the deeper staffs in the country. She's going to stay in the game.
It's an inside pitch, and yeah, you can see with the way that she frames it, she needs to get around that. Her elbow is a little bit up, which means her thumb is down, and on an inside pitch, you want your thumb to be up so you can kind of go up and in. So get around it, frame it up, but just catching it a little bit wrong, it's going to bend that thumb back. Doesn't feel good on your wrist at all.
1-2 pitch. Line off the glove at third of Evans. Throw comes home and it's cut off. And UCLA takes the lead. Garcia extends her on-base streak to 25 straight.
Well, the freshman is going to get pitches, and she knows it. She's batting behind Jordan Woolery and Megan Grant, and so opposing pitchers are going to see her as a breath. Okay, let me get ahead here, and the freshman is ready for the moment. She's clapping about it. She knows her assignment. Get your swing off, because the pitches are coming. You're not going to be the walks. The walks are coming in front of you, so your job is to deliver and be clutch, and it's why she's batting in that 4th spot as a true freshman.
Bria Alejandre with major power in the 5 spot. Looks at a ball. First team all Big Ten at third base as a true freshman. Lines it in the left. It is caught on the run by Izzy Murdez. UCLA trailed 1-zip going into the inning. They lead it 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd from the West Coast. Earlier this spring, UCLA dominated the AUSL draft, placing a NCAA high 3 players into the AUSL draft. Lisa Fernandez will be the general manager of the Utah Talons this year. She selected 2 of her own, Jordan Woolery, Taylor Tinsley. Cindy Ball Malone, the current UCF head coach, is going to coach Jordan Woolery and Taylor Tinsley in the AUSL later on in June, and told us she had a chance to run into Jordan Woolery a couple of days ago when the teams got here to do their media requirements and practice. And Jordan Woolery joked she's going to be a great coach to play for, but this weekend she's a foe, and I'm taking that seriously.
Yeah, it's an interesting storyline. I was, with you here before gates are open, and got to see Coach Cindy Ball Malone and the assistant coach for UCLA, her boss, her general manager for this year, AUSL. They'll be together on the same team, and so it was a nice moment during BP. They're out on the field chatting it up, being friendly, and then of course it comes game time. All right, I'm coaching my team and you're coaching yours. And Cindy talked to us about, she texted Lisa before the selection show and said, I hope I don't have to see you for a couple of weeks. And then of course the bracket comes out and, oh, okay, maybe not, because we are in each other's path to get to OKC. Also saw Trya Flowers here yesterday, who will be the head coach for Portland Cascade, who drafted Megan Grant, of course, UCLA Hall of Famer, current head coach at LMU as well. And so it's just, everybody's checking out their team, their future team. There's a task at hand, but there's a lot of excitement that will be happening this summer, and so many elite pieces are here in this matchup.
strikeout, the third in a row for Taylor Tinsley, fifth of the night, and one gone in the third. Well, the Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. Action begins Thursday, May 28th, 12 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2026 WCWS, visit NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships. Ball outside to Samantha Ray, the 9-hitter for UCF. And Taylor Tinsley is roommates with Jordan Woolery collegiately. They plan to continue rooming together while playing for the Talons this summer. Lined into the mitt of her roommate, Jordan Woolery. The third member of that trio, Megan Grant, currently out in right field, is devastated that she will no longer be teammates with Jordan Woolery and Taylor Tinsley. She will be an opponent when the AUSL League begins.
Yeah, it was cute. Taylor and Jordan were joking with us that they were like, you need to get us connecting rooms, talking about this summer, because we do it together. We're going on the road together, starting our pro journeys together. We need a room together. That's how we roll. I'm sure the Talons can make that happen.
Back to the top of the order for Aubrey Evans, responsible for the lone run tonight for UCF. Homered off Tinsley in the first to lead off the game for the Knights.
Working the off speed, the pitch that Evans hit for that home run was up and at her eyes, a rise ball in the inner half. So when you have the arsenal that Taylor Tinsley does, you're going to show her something a little bit different, maybe set some things up. Working away.
Evans, high hopper, backhanded at second by Bragg. A 1-2-3 third. Tinsley has set down 9 in a row since giving up the solo homer. A 10-pitch inning for the star Bruin. We'll talk to her head coach Kelly I when we return. Welcome back to the NCAA Softball Super Regional, presented by Capital One. Gorgeous night for Game 2 of this Super Regional matchup between unseeded UCF, 8 overall seed UCLA, seeking their 34th trip to the Women's College World Series. We're now joined by their head coach, Kelly Inouye Perez. Coach, always appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Taylor Tinsley and what she has meant to this program. You've talked about it, but how have you seen her lead this year with all the innings she's had to pitch?
Just straight up taking on the responsibility to do whatever she can to be able to get this team back to the World Series. And, you know, I credit her because the biggest part of her journey is really working with Coach Lisa Fernandez this fall. You know, she's really developed the drop ball. She's got all pitches now. So she has the ability to counter, you know, when someone makes an adjustment. So I'm really proud of her. She's in great shape. She's worked with who I believe is the best, Lisa, and she's prepared to do whatever she can for this team.
Coach, we know that your seniors, Megan Grant, Jordan Woolery, they're going to be pitched very carefully, but what can you say about your underclassmen? We saw them yesterday and their growth offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best part about this is the ability to not, we don't have to, this team has not relied on just Megan and Jordan. Clearly, they're a big part of the offense, but the ability for others to be able to have their back. It's called Bruin softball, but they, Alina Garcia and Bria Alejandre and Kanai, all of them have said, we got you, because we know that they're probably not going to get great pitches for the rest of the tournament. With that being said, the ability to take on, again, the responsibility to be able to step up is something that, these coaches, I credit my coaches. They have prepared the entire lineup to be able to go head-to-head with every type of pitcher, and I'm just fortunate that we have that mentality that they're going to be able to step up and be the one.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, speaking of Kanaya Bragg, she has homered in both the regional and the super, and she leads it off for UCLA with a one-run lead here in the top of the fourth. Tori Payne back in the circle for UCF. They have had double barrel action, however, loosening in the bullpen seemingly all night since the end of the first inning. But this is Tori Payne's game for now. Helped UCF knock off Florida State in Game 7 of the Tallahassee Regional. This was the first win against Florida State in program history in the NCAA tournament, and the first overall since 2011. A historic start from Payne.
This team is very young, UCF is. With a couple of freshmen in the bullpen that we will see used. We saw Ava Stewie, another freshman, get the start yesterday. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but it's almost like this UCF program is a year early in terms of getting to this stage because of the youth that they have everywhere throughout their lineup, in the circle, you name it. But they are a program that has been a fixture in the NCAA tournament. Ever since Coach Cindy Ball-Malone has gotten to UCF, it has been onward and upward.
Doing it this year with 6 underclassmen in the starting lineup. And now another freshman in the circle in a game they must win to extend their season. Three ball, 1 strike count to Bragg. 7th 3-ball count of the night from Payne. Bragg over to the right side, deep in the hole. Humphreys makes the play.
Just think about how big that win against Florida State last weekend was. Of course, it's Game 7. Winners go into supers. UCF had never beaten Florida State in the postseason, and especially thinking about the NCAA tournament, it's the last couple of years we did not have that 1 through 32 seed, and so UCF is a program that's very familiar with going to either Florida State or going to Gainesville, facing Florida.
Watch out! Monster shot off the bat of Lefty Ramirez. Bruin Bombers strike again.
Well, it's the Bruin Baby Bombers. These underclassmen. The true freshmen.
And they have just broken Oklahoma's NCAA single-season runs record set in 2021 with this solo bomb from Ramirez.
Just sees it so deep. Swinging up, vertical swing, that ball clears the scoreboard, and the party of Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery, they're cheering on their true freshmen. We saw her go yard, almost that exact hit last night. The good news for UCF is just a solo shot, but my goodness, the fireworks, they can come at you in every direction in this lineup. Unprecedented what this team is doing.
They have already broken the single-season home run record. Ramirez adding to it here in the 4th. 197 this year for UCLA. And a 2-run lead with 1 down in the 4th for Sujin Berry. And here comes Cindy Ball Malone. After time was called by Beth Damon. Tori Payne has struggled to find the zone with consistency tonight. More balls than strikes thrown for the freshman. Well, Monday you can catch some afternoon Major League Baseball on ESPN. The Yankees head to Kansas City to take on the Royals. First pitch, 3:30 Eastern, live on ESPN. And of course you can stream it on the ESPN app.
This is a learning moment. Just a little coach him up, love him up. Coach Cindy Ball Malone, she is the pitching coach, has her hands wrapped around the strategy of who's going to be used where. She did bring in Shannon Sale to help with the bullpen, now a full-timer, was a grad assistant. But it's a very deep bullpen, and it's, again, very young. So I just like going out there, settling your freshman down a little bit. Get her in the right mind frame of, okay, what are we attacking with next and what should we change up a little bit? Obviously, that last hit was the only hit that had been in the air. Everything else had either been line drive or ground ball. And for UCF, that's really all you can ask for. Keep UCLA in the ballpark, and we have a chance to win this ball game.
UCF has averaged right around 6.5 runs scored per game this year. UCLA has scored right around 11 throughout the year and in this postseason. So much of it coming from the long ball. And to your point, Kenzie, if you can keep them in the yard for an offense like UCF, feels like you got a fighting chance against one of the top offenses we've ever seen in the sport of college softball. Goes down on the 2-2. An excellent bounce back by Payne after the solo homer from Ramirez.
That's what it's all about. Just the little improvements, pitch to pitch, batter to batter. Find some adjustments. And Tori Payne had been downstairs with the low curve, the drop ball, and so show a pitch that maybe we haven't used. Let's go rise ball, see how it works.
First strikeout of the night for Payne. 2 away in the 4th. Check swing from Jolina Lamar. Did not go. Won't find many 9-hitters with a stat line like that. And she has been excellent in the postseason. You mentioned the tear that she's been on. Hit .351 in April. Has hits in 16 of her last 19 games. Ahead in the count here, 2-0. In the air to right center. It is off the top of the wall, and she will round first with a long 2-out single. The birthday girl's on the board.
Yeah, that was a pretty swing. Birthday hit for the freshman. This ball was almost hit too well. Right off the top of the wall. And this is a good hold. You don't want to push it, especially flipping the lineup over to the top. But Jolina Lamar is quite the spark at the bottom of the lineup, getting on base twice now in this game.
And watch out for the leadoff hitter, Riley Slimp, who walked it off with a home run last night for UCLA. Looks at strike one. Sophomore from Georgetown, Texas. First time as the leadoff in her collegiate career this season. Went to Kelly and the staff about 2 or 3 weeks before the season began and made it known she wanted the responsibility to lead off this potent lineup, to hit in front of Grant and Woolery. What a big responsibility that is. And boy, how well has she handled that this year?
Yeah, the hitters that have the most pressure on them are Riley Slimp, who's in that leadoff spot, hitting in front of Megan Grant, and then Alina Garcia in the 4th spot, hitting behind Jordan Woolery.
2-1, popped up a mile high. It'll stay in the infield. UCLA gets another run in the 4th thanks to Alexis Ramirez. Monster homer to left field.
Well, how about the 4th different UCLA player that we have seen hit a home run this weekend? This is the best offense in the country. Could we see 200 home runs? We are 1 home run closer.
Welcome back to UCLA. Game 2 of this Super Regional between the Bruins and the UCF Knights. We're now joined by the Knights head coach, Cindy Ball Malone. Coach, 1 hit, it left the yard. You're down 2. Your offense this year has been electric. How do you get it going? 2nd night in a row seeing Taylor Tinsley.
Yeah, we got to play free. We haven't done it yet. You know, one kid has, but we got to swing free.
Coach, we know how young you are in the bullpen, and I just love the moment. Of course, you don't love the home run that was hit, but you see the timeout. You're going to talk to your freshman. She gets it back with the strikeout, but what did you say to her in that moment?
I just told her to keep throwing hard. I mean, she doesn't need to be thinking. She needs to just keep doing what she's doing. She's a huge reason why we're here, and just such a young, talented pitcher that's got a lot ahead of her, so why not go for it?
Coach, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kenzie, when you hear that from Coach Malone, swing free, what does that mean to you as an offensive player?
Split the plate, have a plan, be convicted at where your swing plane is. And so I think there's been a couple of times in this game where UCF is maybe guessing. We've seen a lot of check swings. Of course, we saw the at-bat from Aubrey Evans, the first at-bat of this game, a home run.
There's a beautiful swing from Griffin. First base runner aboard since the solo homer to lead off the game for UCF.
And that's the thing about Taylor Tinsley is she has everything. She can go all 4 quadrants. And so as a hitter, early in the count, I'm just going to pick a quadrant and get after it. And Aubrey Evans and Ashley Griffin, these are the 2 seniors in this very young lineup. Both captains. Ashley Griffin was actually on the team in 2022 when UCF last made a super regional, had to go to Oklahoma. So the veteran of all veterans, she's back for round 2. And Coach Cindy Ball Malone made the move to move Griffin up in the lineup. She was down at the bottom half yesterday. But we got the lineup, 30 minutes before the game, and I'm looking, okay, she's putting 2 seniors at the top, wants to get her leaders as many at-bats as possible.
as Beth Damon again in the 3-hole, where she has excelled in the midst of a May tear. Hits in 7 of her last 9 games, drove in 5 runs during the course of the Tallahassee Regional last weekend. From Edmond, Oklahoma, grew up going to the Women's College World Series as a little girl and had a chance to be the bat girl for the Baylor Bears at the 2017 Women's College World Series.
We got to talk to Beth about that, and about 10 years old, and her little league, her local little league, picked 8 girls from the league, and they drew out of a hat which team they would be assigned to, and Baylor was also an unseeded team that year, getting to Women's College World Series.
Down goes Damon. 6th strikeout for Tinsley.
Taylor Tinsley, she's spinning it. And this is the pitch that we were talking to Kelly Inouye Perez about, the drop ball, that the senior this fall, she knew what was on the roster. She knew that there wasn't a ton of All-American experience behind her. And she said, I'm going to need a different pitch. Everyone knows me as a rise ball pitcher. Everyone knows I have a good changeup. I need something else. Coach Lisa, coach me up hard on my drop ball. Let's go to work in the bullpen. And she is using that drop ball at least once a batter.
Merdez scorches it down the left field line and fair. Another rocket single in the left. And now the tying run aboard in the 4th.
They're one of those California kids on this UCF roster. Strong player in that 4-hole. Just a sophomore, but you can see the strength there on the ground, yes, but that ball was smoked.
Sierra Humphreys comes to the plate with a chance to take the lead with one swing. We saw her do it last night. The lone run scored for UCF in game 1, a solo bomb that was crushed by Sierra Humphreys. Digs in here with the tying run at first base. Ayala Durant coming in to pinch run at second for Ashley Griffin. 1 down in the 4th. And a ball outside to Humphreys. From the state of California, one of a number of players on this UCF roster with dozens of family and friends in attendance tonight, including her mother, Krista, who played for a World Series with the University of Arizona and was in attendance last night for her daughter's solo homer in the Super Regional.
There's Mom. Sister KK played at Oregon. Mom coached Cece, as they call her, in high school all 4 years. See, every pitch in this at-bat has been on the outer half, slowing it down with the off-speed. You saw the highlight, that ball was in and high.
2-1. Humphreys went after it, popped it up behind home. One of the upperclassmen leaders on this team told us, why not us, coming into the Super Regional against UCLA. Takes the 2-2 to the right side. Diving attempt at second by Bragg, won't get it, and the bases are loaded in the 4th.
Well, what an at-bat from Sierra Humphreys. Just grinding that out, seeing a lot of pitches from Taylor Tinsley. But what a play by Kaya Bragg. Saving a run here. This is a little too up the middle for me. If she knows that the pitch is going to be that far on the outer half, I would love to see her shift it over to her left a little bit more deep in the hole. But laying it out, keep it in front of her.
And Lisa Fernandez out of the UCLA dugout. Mom Krista. As nervous as anyone in this crowd tonight.
Well, it's just so funny because she has been on the biggest stage, right? A national champion. She coaches high school, and she just can't breathe because it's her daughter on the biggest stage, super regionals. The whole family is here from California. She's got to love a parent. She's a nervous parent. She can't watch.
Well, this is the right young woman to come to the plate if you're UCF. Kendall Yarnell is 2 for 7 this year with the bases loaded. Her 2 hits, both grand slams. Go ahead run at first base, 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Must win game for UCF. And Yarnell takes a big hack for strike 1.
I love it. Get your swing off, especially early in the count. You really have 2 pitches to be that big with. And you know that UCLA can swing it. So this is an opportunity to go big.
Good pick there by Alexis Ramirez. Such great synergy with Taylor Tinsley. Those two have been battery mates for a lot of innings. Big moment here for that battery. One, two.
Saw Lefty, as they call her, calling the pitches to her senior. There will be an occasional look over to Coach Kelly Inouye Perez just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Well, Yarnell has taken 2 big swings. Swings to do damage.
Haven't seen enough speed in this at-bat. Everything's been high heat.
2-2, bases juiced. Down goes Yarnell. 7 strikeouts for Tinsley.
Ooh, there's some fire in those eyes. And when you see a hitter that's swinging big like that, you can feel it as a pitcher, and she is so confident in that rise ball. You see a big swing, you see a hole, let me attack it. And just climb the ladder.
2 down for Coco Jaimez. Went 4 for 12 in the regional, including a 3-hit game against Jacksonville State, which saw her hit the walk-off game winner in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. 0-1 left side, fielded by Garcia, and Tinsley slams the door on UCF with the bases loaded. 3-1 lead for the Bruins as we head to the 5th. UCLA has scored 3 runs so far in the game. It started with a Megan Grant sac fly to deep left field, driving in 1. Then later in the inning, Alina Garcia with a RBI single roped into the outfield, giving UCLA the first lead of the night. Later in the 4th, Alexis Ramirez comes to the plate and goes yard. Monster shot to left field. Another home run for the Bruin Bombers in a season in which they have rewritten the history books for home runs and runs scored. And this young woman has rewritten most of the records. There's one more she's chasing, the all-time career home run record at UCLA. And she's one swing away from tying it. Megan Grant leads off the 5th for the Bruins. Stacey Newman in attendance for what could be another historic night for UCLA.
It's so cool to have her in the stands. Currently the head coach at San Diego State. I mean, this is a GOAT of our sport, not just of UCLA.
Still has the career RBI record at UCLA as well, though Jordan Woolery has her sights set on that one. Woolery awaits on deck for UCLA.
When you're on lists with Lisa Fernandez and Stacey Newman, you know you're elite. Jordan Woolery passed Lisa this year on the all-time hits list, and that's a huge feat, especially her coach, and then of course will be her GM this summer.
The phones are out of the ballpark for this 3-1 pitch. Is that a strike? No, it was ball 4.
Oh man.
4th walk of the Super Regional for Grant.
Yeah, Coach Sydney Ball Malone, she has every right to be frustrated here.
And she is giving it to Jim Bertuzzi from the dugout.
It's an off-speed pitch. Megan Grant thought it was a strike.
And she stood there for a while. Beth Damon finally had to turn around and ask Jim Bertuzzi, what was the result of that pitch? A walk, and now Grant will be pinch run for here in the 5th inning. UCLA will send Riley Pinedo over to first. Five free passes tonight from Tori Payne.
Talked about how Coach Sydney Ball Malone is from the state of California, of course, the best player to ever come from Pacific, and was just so good, an All-American, grew up here, and just kind of interesting storyline. Our pinch runner at first base, Pinedo, her mom coached Cindy Ball Malone in high school. Like, the softball world is so small, and especially with all of the California connections that UCF has coming to UCLA. Cindy being a legendary player herself. Just the degree of separation is so small in our sport.
She grew up about 30 minutes away from the UCLA campus. First softball game she ever saw, UCLA, Arizona. And what a thrill it is to be playing on this stage, on this field. So many years later. 2-0 count to Jordan Woolery. The Big Ten Softball Player of the Year, seeking her first hit of the Super.
Tori Payne just really trying to work both Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery down in the zone. And it's been clear the strategy, and I'm right there with them. If you're gonna allow those two to get a swing off, I want that ball to be in the dirt.
Woolery laser into left field for a base hit. Pinedo going first to third. Safe. And there's runners at the corners for UCLA.
Finally, we've seen Jordan Woolery get tied up a little bit on that inside pitch. She clears her hand so well here. She has to know that it's coming because UCF had been so successful against her with it. A couple of pop-ups in the infield, just some weak jam shots. That's a senior just making an adjustment.
Elena Garcia has already driven in one tonight. Nobody out in the fifth. At what point do you make a change if you're Coach Bear? They have had activity in the bullpen for the last 4 innings. Payne has danced out of a couple of jams. Up to 87 pitches here in the fifth. Third time through this Bruin lineup.
So the number that stands out for me, of course, the 5 walks. Pitching more than she has to, and UCLA is a lineup I do not want to have to face more than I need to.
3-0 to Garcia. Bri Alejandre awaits on deck. Her 23 homers this year have tied a single-season freshman Big Ten record. And she will get to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. An opportunity for Bri Alejandre to change the dynamic of this game entirely here in the fifth. Last night showed some great opposite field power.
And we've seen 4 different players for UCLA hit home runs this weekend. How about that? If she gets one more here, she'll be the freshman leader in the conference for the Big 12. So huge.
Tied currently with Taryn Kern and Sierra Romero, 2 of the excellent players in the Big Ten. Can make this a 7-1 game and put UCLA right back in run rule territory as they were in night 1. Good pitch. Needed it. It felt like from Payne. A strike.
Got to get ahead. Last couple of at-bats, she's fallen behind and had to pitch her way back into counts.
Only the second time this year for the freshman Tori Payne, eclipsing 90 pitches in an outing. Alejandre pops it up foul territory, and it's out of the reach of Ashley Griffin.
She stopped running. Just run through it. I don't know why she pulled up. Just didn't know her distance. There's got to be a lot of communication that you've got room, you've got room. I'm not saying that that's an automatic out, but you could tell that she just pulled up. It's a difference with knowing your home field and being on the road.
Bases loaded, nobody out. 2-run lead for the Bruins and a 1-2 count to Alejandre. And it hits her. And the free passes continue to bite this UCF pitching staff. That
obviously physically hurts for Bri Alejandre, but that hurts for Tori Payne because she was ahead in the count. 1-2 count. Going inside with the rise ball, and Alejandra gets her on the back arm.
It appears Coach Bear is going to make a pitching change for UCF. They will go to a reliever here with nobody out and the bases loaded in the 5th. Bruins trying to put this game out of reach. The senior from West Virginia in her 2nd season at UCF after transferring in from Charlotte. Lena Elkins comes in an almost impossible spot. Kenzie Fowler with the bases loaded against one of the historic offenses in the game. And their season really hanging in the balance here in the 5th, down 3.
Well, it's a big staff for UCF, and the headliner of the staff is Isa Vega, who we saw yesterday, the ace, who has the majority of the innings. And so bringing in some different arms to try and counter the UCLA offense, which is tough to do. And so the key for Elkins, and I think the strategy for UCF, is find a pitcher that can go down in the zone, because Isa Vega got touched up a little bit yesterday, and she's a rise ball pitcher. And so Tori Payne, she's down in the zone. Lena Elkins down in the zone. See if she can work some drop balls, get a double play, and try and limit the damage.
Cheyenne Irvin will replace Beth Damon behind the plate for UCF. So a full sail battery change for Coach Bear and UCF. Kanaya Bragg homered last night for UCLA. As the bases loaded and nobody out in the 5th. Already 3 free passes tonight, rather in this inning, issued by UCF pitching.
Pitching is such a rhythm thing, so it's a really tough ask when you're constantly bringing in players in tough spots like this where they haven't touched the ball, they haven't been on this field, thrown a pitch, really just thrown into the fire. But in the same breath, this team is so used to this approach. It's what they have done all season long. Whether they're at home, on the road, Big 12 tournament, they will use everybody.
Have used 8 or 9 different arms all year long. But in this Super Regional, they have issued a total of 16 free passes, including walks and hit by pitch. And Elkins now in danger of walking in yet another run. 3-1 count to Bragg. could be a double play. They come home and get the lead runner. It's the only out they'll get. But a massive out, keeping a run off the board for UCLA.
And doing exactly what Coach Cindy Baumalone wants out of Elkins. Down in the zone, give me a drop ball. And I think right there she was telling her middle infield, hey, play double, play depth. Go back a little bit. See if you can get another ground ball. Humphreys and Evans are so good up the middle. Turn two and get out of this thing.
Ball one to Alexis Ramirez. Homered in the fourth. Every player in UCLA's starting lineup has homered in the postseason.
That
they
is
are
ridiculous.
that dangerous, Kenzie, from top to bottom.
Don't tell me that if I'm a pitcher.
Yeah, no kidding. What
Nope.
a nightmare if you're in the
Don't tell me
circle. Ramirez delivers. Extra bases in the left. It will score two, and UCLA adds to the tally in the fifth.
And it's production from anywhere in the lineup. Ramirez, who had the home run in the fourth, she's back at it. Bases are loaded. And just a really nice piece of hitting. Pull hitter, she has all that power to that left side, and so she gets around a pitch that little bit on the outer half. But man, the best hitter right now in the UCLA lineup is coming out of that 7 spot.
Meanwhile, Sujin Berry comes to the plate as the potential run rule run for UCLA. Regardless of how many runs UCLA scores in the top half of this inning, UCF will get a chance in the bottom of the fifth. Elkins trying to keep this a 5-run game. Started the last 10 games, including tonight's Super Regional Game 2, after primarily coming off the bench in her first year transferring over from Iowa. Has earned this spot as the Bruins DP. And actually led UCLA in batting average at the regional. Went 6 for 7 in their 3 victories. Who can't beat you in this lineup?
She just had a big 3-run home run in that regional. I remember watching that home run, pulled it to right field.
One, 2 to Berry. Has singled and scored tonight in game 2. 2 on, 1 out, and a 5-run lead for the Bruins in the 5th. And time called by Lena Elkins. Oh, upstairs almost caught Berry. Now a full count.
So Elkins trying to go upstairs a little bit more. Started low in the zone in this at bat. Tried to find the off speed. Couldn't locate it for a strike.
pops it up. Could be trouble in shallow right. Back on it to make the catches. Humphreys, 2 gone.
It's not an easy out for Humphreys. Just playing up a little bit because the runners are at second and third. Run a long way to go get that. And Sierra Humphreys playing second base for the first time in her career. Was a shortstop, third baseman a season ago, but Coach Cindy Ball Malone said, I need some more speed over there at second base. She's played really well there here at UCLA.
Jolena Lamar. Singled back in the 4th and has now tallied a hit in 17 of the last 20 games. Delivered a monster 2-run game-tying homer in the 7th against Cal Baptist in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Celebrating a birthday tonight. Lays off the 1-1.
It's a great take. Now you get yourself into a hitter's count. You know that Elkins is not going to go upstairs again, so you can really zone down. Just pick a side of the plate. Her last base hit was something on the outer half.
Oh, what a pitch from Elkins, freezing Lamar.
Love an off speed and a hitter's count, because the hitter is never sitting that pitch. Lamar is sitting something hard, whether she's thinking in or out, that's up to her, but you have something that you can get a strike and get back in the count with, so huge.
Lamar to short. Long throw for Evans, makes it. It's a 5-run deficit for UCF.
The NCAA Softball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
What a Sunday we have lined up on ESPN and ESPNU. Texas Tech and Florida. That has become like the slugfest.
Yeah.
Super regional in Gainesville. Mississippi State trying to knock off national seed OU. And Arizona State trying to do the same against the defending national champs.
There's some alumni in the house for UCLA. And we'll see if our series here needs a game 3, but of course 4 tickets have already been punched. Tennessee, Nebraska, Arkansas, Alabama. Tennessee had punched their ticket to OKC before you and I even got to the ballpark for game 1 yesterday.
Carlin Pickens will get to pitch again in the Women's College World Series. It's a leadoff base knock in the 5th inning for UCF. And it comes off the bat of the pinch hitter, Destiny Washington. Well, that's a good sign for the Knights. Until the last inning, they had just 1 hit tonight against Taylor Tinsley. Had 3 base knocks in the 4th, loaded the bases with less than 2 outs, could not draw blood. And now Samantha Ray in the 9 spot.
Ray is 0 for 1, but her last at-bat was a really good piece. Had that line drive to Jordan Woolery. Saw the ball very well from Taylor Tinsley.
2-0 count to Ray with the top of the order looming for UCF, including Aubrey Evans, who has already homered off Tinsley tonight. We have seen freer swings from the Knights over the last inning and a half.
Well, Ray is a triple threat where she can swing away, drop a drag, show slap. Corners are in tight for UCLA.
Runs have just been so difficult to come by for UCF in this matchup historically. They have met 9 times coming into the night, including game 1 of the Super Regional last night. And UCF has managed just 9 runs total over those 9 meetings. Never scoring more than 2 in a single game. They'll need at least 6 tonight to extend their season. Full count to Ray. Up the middle, into center field. Washington going first to third. Ray stays put at first, and runners at the corners, and nobody out for the Knights.
You love to see some life from the bottom half of the lineup, because the top 4 UCF, the 1 through 5 hitters, all have double-digit home runs. And so if you can get a little production from the pinch hitter Washington, and of course the California native Samantha Ray, just putting 2 good swings on, you love the emotion turn into her dugout.
In the dirt, a ball to Evans. Washington is going to come home as Ray goes all the way to third. Ball got away from Alexis Ramirez. And it's a 6-2 game at UCLA.
Well, we talked about how young this infield is for the Bruins. 2 freshmen and a sophomore. And this is a situation, first and third, if UCF is going to go on this, if I'm UCLA, I'm taking the out. I want lefty Ramirez to throw out Ray. Go for it. See if there's a free out there, and the ball gets by because there's a miscommunication whether Kanaya Bragg is going to cut that off or if that ball is going all the way to second base to Alina Garcia, the freshman. This was one of those things where defensively, you either just don't throw it, you eat it, or you take the out, go for it. And that was a lot of in between.
Just the second error of the NCAA tournament for UCLA after the stolen base by Ray. An error on Alexis Ramirez with a throw into center field. This is an opportunity for UCF to really do a lot of damage in this inning. Top of their order, nobody out and a runner aboard. It's an offense that has carried them this year. The best offensive season in program history. Top 5 in the Big 12 in a host of categories, including home runs. Can Evans deliver another? Ahead in the count, 1-0. Evans into left. It is caught in a diving play by Slip. Easy tag for Ray, and it's a 3-run deficit for UCF.
And this is one of those things where you're going to have pre-pitch communication from the coaching staff to the outfielders about this situation. Do we want to catch this ball? There's a runner at third base. If we catch it, a run is going to score. But also in the same breath, Aubrey Evans has already hit a home run off of your pitcher in this game. You want 1 run or 2 runs? We'll take the 1.
Base is clear. And Griffin takes the ball upstairs. Was one of 3 different UCF Knights to tally a hit off Tinsley in the 4th. 3rd time through the order for the Knights against Tinsley tonight. They managed just 3 hits off Tinsley last night, already 6 here in game 2. She has shouldered the load this year for UCLA, and even more so in the postseason.
The thing I love about Taylor Tinsley is her body language. She is constantly head up, talking to herself a little bit. Big breath, looking out to center field, all about the routine. If you would watch her, you would have no idea what the score is.
8 strikeouts for Tinsley.
And she knows that it's going to get tougher and tougher with every pitch that she throws, right? This UCF team is building their at-bats. They're building their database. And so for Taylor Tinsley, for her to kind of know, okay, I may give up a little bit more runs today. That's all right. We'll get right back to it. And every time that a run scores, I feel like she finds a way to bounce back.
Delivers a strike to Beth Damon, who has moved from catcher to DP for the remainder of this game. Damon seeking her first hit of the Super Regional. One to Damon. In the air, down for a base hit in the right field. And it extends the 5th inning. Her first hit of the Super, a 2-out base knock.
A little surprised to see the off speed there, 1-1 count. And we were talking about how Damon was 0-for, and Tinsley had gotten her out pretty easy in 2 at-bats on drop balls down in the zone. That gets something that she can handle up in the zone.
A strike to Izzy Merdez. a Chatsworth, California native. Family and friends in attendance, playing against her former travel ball teammate Lefty Ramirez. Won a national championship together with the Batbusters. Down in the count 0-2.
Of course, Lefty's the one calling the pitches. She's thinking about it, uses her pitch comm. It's going to relay it in to Taylor.
Merdez has some pop. 12 homers this year, including a home run in the regional final against Florida State. Already a single tonight off Tinsley. That's one hopped in the dirt. Damon will stay put at first.
Tinsley just in this inning losing command of her changeup a little bit, whether that's been too high, too elevated, and then she's trying to make the adjustment, misses too much down in the dirt.
Outside, ball 3. Full count to Merdez. Potential game-tying run on deck in the form of Sierra Humphreys, who homered off Tinsley last night. Three-two chopper up the middle into center field for a base hit. And the inning continues for the Knights.
That's such a nice piece of hitting with 2 strikes. Down in the zone. This is a drop ball. It's not a bad spot. And you can easily roll this over if you're trying to pull it. But you have to see it as deep as you can, and you have to know that's not going to be the prettiest hit. But I'm going to take what's given to me, and that's low and away. Mertez, so strong, just powers that thing up the middle. But that was a gritty at-bat.
And now potentially another pinch runner for UCF. They will, in fact, run for Damon with Taylor Kittleman, who was instrumental from the bench in UCF's Game 7 win against Florida State. Saw that an FSU player left second base early on a hit that would have given Florida State a 4-2 lead. Told the coaching staff to challenge it. They did. It was successful. It completely flipped the momentum of the game and allowed UCF to come away with a win. One of 2 runners aboard here for Sierra Humphreys. A chance to tie the game with 2 outs in the 5th.
Changeup's just missing. That'll happen because of adrenaline, of course. Getting a little bit fatigued. We've been talking about how many straight games Taylor Tinsley has pitched for UCLA.
15 in a row tonight. And her 8th consecutive start for the Bruins.
You'll lose your changeup when you start to slow your arm down. And when you're tired, you will slow your arm down.
2-0. Outside, ball 3. How do you combat it, Kenzie?
You've got to go to something hard, obviously, to find a strike, and then see if you can be in a situation where you can throw that changeup and miss out of the strike zone. So 1-2 count, 0-2 count.
3-0 is a walk on the outside corner. And the bases are loaded with a game-tying run aboard in the 5th.
Well, to me, that looked like a walk where there was a lot of talk about we are not going to let Sierra Humphreys beat us, because I'm looking at my scorebook, and Kendall Yarnell has struck out twice against Taylor Tinsley, both times on the up pitch, whether it was a curveball or a rise ball.
First at bat of the night for Cheyenne Irvin. Came in as a defensive replacement behind the plate for Beth Damon. Batting .290 this year with 6 runs batted in, takes a strike.
Well, even in that same breath, you know what Sierra Humphreys did yesterday, and then you have a fresh face that you haven't faced.
Big swing from Irvin, strike 2.
And I can't speak for every pitcher out there, but me personally, when I was in a situation pitching against a pinch hitter, it kind of fueled me a little bit. Like, you don't know my stuff, let me show you. Try and be on time.
Game-tying run at first base. 2 outs in the 5th. Already 2 runs scored in the inning for UCF. The true freshman Irvin against the senior superstar. '95th pitch of the night for Taylor Tinsley. Full count.
Everything has been upstairs. Typically, I would feel very comfortable with expecting a changeup in this count, but we just have not seen that pitch.
In the air to left. Way out, but foul. Whoa. A long strike to Irvin.
Man. Well, you can't miss there again. So if you're going to go up, you have to make sure it is so tight on the hands. But man, set up so well and so perfect for a changeup right now. Has not seen it in this at-bat.
3-2. What an adjustment by Irvin.
Spoiled it.
What an at-bat here from Cheyenne Irvin.
She's talking to
first
herself.
Of the Super Regional.
She's got some good mojo.
40th pitch of the inning for Tinsley. Just missed. Walks in a run. 2-run game.
Man, I don't know how she takes this. I do think it's a ball. It's close. It's really close. I just personally am up here swinging. I'm protecting everything in that at-bat. And UCF will take it.
UCF hitter to come to the plate in this inning. Coco Jaimez. In the air to left. Slip makes the catch. On to the 6th. Knights plate 3. It's a 2-run game in Westwood. It's been a string of freshman pitchers pitching in major moments this weekend for UCF. They'll bring in another. Reagan Vokoun out of Lincoln, Nebraska, will make her third appearance of the postseason and take on the top of the UCLA lineup.
We've seen 3 pitchers tonight for UCF that have 40 or less innings, so that just tells you the balance of this bullpen. Of course, Isabella Vega is the ace, over 100 innings there, but 3 pitchers yesterday, 3 pitchers today, and the freshman lefty, that's a big spot.
Ball 1 to Slimp.
Top 2 in this lineup for UCLA between Slimp and Grant, both left-handed hitters. I'm sure that could be something that Coach Ball Malone likes matchup-wise.
Slimp has twice walked. Megan Grant awaits on deck. Boy, if you get past this part of the UCLA lineup and you turn it over to your offense with 8, 9, and 1 due up, and then the middle of the order after that, what a confidence booster it would be. Slimp down the line and left, could be playable for Merdez, crashing into the wall, cannot get it. What an effort though by the junior for UCF. Two-2 pitch from Vokoun. Slimp over to Ashley Griffin, 1 down.
You can just see the change of speed from the senior Elkins, who was mid-60s, working the drop, to now the lefty, the freshman, low 60s, high 50s. That changeup was 53. You can see Riley Slimp was way out in front.
Do you pitch to Megan Grant here?
Yes.
Strike 1.
Just go with the fact that it's a fresh matchup, right? Megan Grant has never seen Vokoun. There's no one on base. You know who's on deck behind her. Take your chance.
It's the single season NCAA home run queen, followed by the NCAA RBI leader, Jordan Woolery. The two have done what no other teammates have done in the history of the sport, and that is hit 30+ homers in the same season. 2-1 to Grant.
That was a big miss. You could see where Irvin was behind the plate. She was set up on the outer half, and that ball missed around Megan Grant's feet.
Sitting 1 home run shy of Stacey Newman's all-time career home run record at UCLA. She has been waiting on the edge of her seat every time Grant has come to the plate, which included a long fly out to left in the 3rd inning. Draws a walk. 5th of the Super Regional. And now the Big Ten Softball Player of the Year, Jordan Woolery. On pace to set a Division I record this year. In the air to left center, down for a base hit. She could become the only player ever to hit 500 with 30 homers and 100 RBI in the same year. And she makes it 2 on and 1 out in the 6th.
I think we'll have another pitching change here for UCF.
Coach Bear out of the Knights dugout. Bullpen activity continues for the Knights, and we will see a change. It will be the freshman Ava Stewie, who pitched last night against UCLA, when we come back. Ava Stewie, another freshman, comes into the game with 2 on and 1 out in a 2-run must-win game for the Knights.
We saw Stewie get the start yesterday, so that just tells you how confident Coach Ball Malone is in this true freshman. Bringing her in, must-have innings. This is it, the 6th and the 7th, especially with the game still in striking distance for UCF. Stewie's going to throw hard, mid to upper 60s, keeps the ball down in the zone. And I love this matchup, little freshman on freshman matchup here in Supers.
Alina Garcia has singled and driven in a run, has walked and scored, and lined out to center on an excellent play by Samantha Ray. Played 17 games last year due to a left shoulder injury that sidelined her for the remainder of her freshman season. And Kelly I just so impressed with her level of commitment and discipline to staying the course. And lines this deep to right. Goodbye! A 3-run bomb for the first team All Big Ten redshirt freshman.
Home run number 20 on the season for the freshman, and this is not a bad spot from Stewie. It's a ball off. Yes, it's a little up, but my goodness, just the barrel to get to that pitch is incredible. And especially to have oppo power, this ball is crushed. Into the night, into the trees, Sunset Boulevard. Sorry about a car down there. Ball's coming.
.198 home runs this year for the Bruins. Continuing to add to their NCAA single season record. Speaking of records, 0-1 to Brie Alejandre. who's one swing away from breaking the Big Ten single-season freshman home run record. One down, bases clear, 0-2 count from Stewie.
It's really just incredible, the storyline. If the game were to end right now, it would be everyone but Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery got the job done for UCLA.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Neither have homered in this series, but they've gotten production from everyone else. And that's been the theme this year. Kelly, I said it, everyone having their backs, knowing that they are the targeted hitters on the scout for every opponent all year long. Grant and Woolery have both reached multiple times tonight, finding different ways to get aboard. 0-2 misses high and away.
And just the 5 home runs that UCLA has hit between last night and tonight combined, it's been 5 different players. Bottom of the lineup, check. Top of the lineup, Riley Slimp with the walk-off shot yesterday, check. Freshman in the middle of the lineup, batting behind Jordan Woolery, check.
How daunting as an opposing team and pitcher. And if this team hangs on to win game 2 and punch its ticket to Oklahoma City, what a tough out they will be in a double elimination Women's College World Series. Should they hang on, they would take on Alabama in the opening round next week. Full count to Bri Alejandre. One down, bases clear in a 5-run game. And Alejandre draws a walk.
It's only human nature for a pitcher to kind of let your guard down a little bit, because your guard is so high when you're facing Grant and Woolery. Like, tensions are as high as they could be when you're in the circle. You know that you have to be so perfect. So the human nature comes out when you see Alina Garcia or Bri Alejandre, where it's like, all right, let me take a breath here, let me get back in this count. But then they're ready to go, and they're sitting on whatever you're giving them.
18, Kenzie, 18 free passes in the Super Regional.
Just youth.
We've seen 3 freshman pitchers tonight for UCF, and it's a staff that has been banged up this year. As Coach Baird comes out of the dugout, they lost Hildy Dempsey going into conference play, and at the time she was their #1, leading the team in innings, tore her ACL, was the glue of the staff, but is out for the year. So they've had to rely more heavily on freshmen. And we will see another change in the circle for Cindy Ball Malone and company. We will take the break and update you when we return. 1 on, 1 down for UCLA in a 5-run game for the Bruins. The sophomore Issa Vega out of Bradenton, Florida will toe the rubber for the second night in a row in the Super. Last night did not go so well for the newly minted ace of this staff, taking over for the injured Hildy Dempsey just before conference play. Her 151 innings far and away leads the staff.
She's been the go-to girl in all of the big games for UCF this season. And she'll be throwing that rise ball 50% of the time. And the key is, and it's a pitch that she really did not have last night, is her changeup. Has to have that changeup, especially against an offense like this, so she can set up her best pitch, which is her rise ball.
Takes on Kanaya Bragg, who has already homered in the Super and driven in 65 runs this year. One of the top run producers in the Big Ten. Has a runner aboard in a 5-run game and takes a strike.
She looks like she's in pain.
Holding back tears. She's going to walk off the field here. Kelly I's going to have to make a change.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah, her right foot. Her ankle.
And she knew it immediately. Kenzie looked right back into the UCLA dugout, and she will limp back to the locker room. We will keep you posted when we find out more about Kanaya Bragg's status.
I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before.
It's got to be concerning for Kelly I. Bragg was a second-team All-Big Ten selection, the sophomore out of Garden Grove, California. They will pinch hit for her here. With Jasmine Leyva, the freshman, in the air to right. It is caught by Taylor Kittleman, replacing Zoe Calvez in right field ahead of the inning. Two gone in the 6th.
Swinging first pitch. Hasn't seen a pitch all game or all weekend.
This young lady has 3 runs batted in already tonight for lefty Ramirez. Diving play at short, Evans, no throw. Infield single for Ramirez, who is a triple shy of the cycle. What a night for lefty at the plate.
She is so interesting. Obviously a left-handed catcher. Her nickname is Lefty. Everyone calls her that, but she hits right-handed.
Go figure.
Go figure. Every single, left-handed hitter usually is, if they're not a true lefty, obviously will be a righty thrower, but not lefty Ramirez.
The left-handed swinging Sujin Berry. Fearless, in the words of her head coach, Kelly Inouye Perez. Did not come into the year a starter after starting her first 2 years collegiately at Iowa, but just grinded, stayed the course, learned how to manage failure for the first time in her career, playing on the highest level of the sport.
Well, it's tough. You're transferring from Iowa, of course, conference rival now, and our new world, but was a shortstop. And so you go to the portal, UCLA calls, and she said it was a dream of hers to go out west, and so you make the move, but you've got to find a way to now crack one of the best teams lineups and the best offense, clearly. And so shortstop has not really been her move. It's been being in that DP role.
Big swing from Barry, 2-2.
And it takes a little bit of an adjustment, but what are you willing to sacrifice to be on the biggest stage, to make a trip to Women's College World Series, to level your play and be surrounded by the best, the All-Americans, faces of our sport, Megan Grant, Jordan Woolery. And she'll still have another year, just a junior.
After time called by Lisa Fernandez, she digs back in. The 2-2 pitch. Barry, right side, fielded on one knee by Griffin, taps the bag. That'll do it. A 3-spot in the 6th for the second inning in a row. Bruins carry a 5-run lead into the bottom of the 6th.
The freshman, this is the 5th different UCLA Bruin to homer this weekend. 3-run shot, UCLA is up big.
Don't tell UCF that, Scott. Hey, look, this UCLA team has given up a big number. Remember, in the first round of the NCAA tournament, gave up 9 runs to Cal Baptist. Tinsley was in the circle. They get a quick out here of Destiny Washington, 1 down. You're right, though. Big day tomorrow looming. 3, at least, game 3s. Texas, the defending national champs, on the ropes against Arizona State. OU battling Mississippi State. And will we see Nyjah Kennedy for Texas Tech against Florida in a must-win game 3 for the reigning runners-up?
time of year, obviously the softball is as elite as it gets in our sport this weekend, with everyone trying to just put their best foot forward and make it to OKC, but it also like pulls on the heartstrings because seasons are ending, careers are ending. Not only are seasons and careers ending, but they're ending so close to the promised land. You are right there, 2 games away. And one of these teams will make it and one won't. And that's just what is so, I don't know, just thrilling about Super Regionals weekend. Every inch matters, every pitch matters. Everyone is laying it all out on the line.
Tinsley gets a weak pop-up right back to the circle, 2 down. Over 100 pitches tonight.
Well, she's
the reigning third-team All-American.
The embodiment of it all. Taylor Tinsley, every single pitch matters for UCLA, and Taylor Tinsley is throwing every single pitch. Senior All-American does not want her career to end.
She has been to a World Series before. Trying to get back for a record 34th time as a program. Meanwhile, Aubrey Evans and UCF have never been to Oklahoma City. In fact, this is just their second trip to a super regional in their brief 25-year program history. The other coming back in 2022 to the eventual national champion Oklahoma Sooners. Lost 0-2 in that series. 1-1 to Evans. If the run comes to an end here, what a historic run it's been for the Knights, including taking down in-state foe Florida State on their home field for the first time ever in an NCAA tournament game.
Just think about the youth that's on this UCF team. 2 seniors in this lineup. One of them is at the plate right now, Aubrey Evans, Ashley Griffin on deck.
And Evans draws a walk to pass the bat to her senior teammate. Knights down 5 and down to their final 4 outs here in Westwood. Ashley Griffin is 1 for 3 tonight, pair of strikeouts and a single in the 4th. Knights offense has had plenty of chances, twice leaving the bases loaded tonight. But scored 4 runs off Taylor Tinsley when you've never previously scored more than 2 against UCLA in the previous 9 meetings. Certainly not something to scoff at, but they need a lot more here. Won't get it this inning. 9 strikeouts tonight for Tinsley. A postseason career high for the senior ace.
Just the emotion that Taylor Tinsley pitches with, the leader in this clubhouse. She does not want her career to end tonight.
On to the 7th and final inning here in Westwood, California. Matt Schumacher, the Arizona Hall of Famer, Kenzie Fowler with you. UCF down to their final 3 outs. They first have to handle the UCLA lineup, which will feature Megan Grant this inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Bruins against Isa Vega, the 5th arm used tonight for UCF. Free passes have been an issue all weekend. 18 of them issued by Knights pitching. And if they're unable to mount a comeback here and win game 3 tomorrow, that will certainly be something that stands out when reviewing the tape from the weekend.
Just think between the free passes and then our 4th and 5th inning, back-to-back bases loaded. We're not able to get a run in the 4th, and only, I say only, but only 3 runs in the 5th where they had the bases loaded and less than 2 outs. And it was in the heart of the lineup.
1-2 to Jolena Lamar. That being Lamar. 10th free pass tonight. And she'll have a birthday bruise to show everyone at home tomorrow.
And this is tough for Vega because this is a 1-2 count. So you work so hard to get yourself into a position to get the K or get some weak contact, and the ball just leaks over into the batter's box.
And leaked over the elbow guard of Lamar. That got all arm. So the lineup will turn over, and it'll be Riley Slim. Lisa Fernandez is like, yeah, I've been there.
She's giving her a hard time.
One of the all-time greats, not only at UCLA, but in the history of the game. The third base coach for the Bruins. Trots back over to her box as Riley Slim digs in for UCLA. Fifth time at the plate tonight for Slim. Caught in front of the track by Izzy Murdez. 1 down. And now Megan Grant, sitting on 89 career home runs, 1 shy of tying the program career record. Already owns the NCAA single season record with 40 bombs this year. Big swing.
I love it. She's been walked twice. And selfishly, I'm up here going, I want to see a swing. Well, 1 big swing from Megan Grant would be historic. Always a really deep breath between every pitch. Megan Grant has talked about how breathing is so big for her.
What a career she's had at UCLA. Of course, it's not done yet, and it's also not just been on the softball field. Was a member of the national champion women's basketball team this year. Played in 14 games for the Lady Bruins. After initially believing she was just going to join the team as a practice player, add an extra body, help create a competitive practice environment. No, You're going to come in 14 times as a reserve while practicing on the softball field as well. Draws her 6th walk of the Super.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to call her Coach Newman.
She thought she was coming here to see her record tie tonight. I don't think it's going to happen tonight, Coach.
She was like, boo. It is crazy that Megan Grant has 74 walks. She has more walks than she has hits. 69 hits on the season, 74 walks.
Off the bat of Woolery, and it drops in Bermuda's triangle. 1 run is in. There's a UCF night down. UCLA plates their 10th run of the game. And I believe that's Sierra Humphreys, the second baseman for the Knights, who is doubled over in right field.
This ball is, like you said, just in that no man's land. Griffin is going for it. Humphreys is laying out, and there's a little collision between her and Kittleman.
Humphreys is going to stay in the game. Meanwhile, Jordan Woolery has her 112th RBI of the season, leads the nation, stands at second base. Alina Garcia homered last inning off Ava Stewie. There's going to be a pinch runner coming in for Woolery at second base. Mercado will come in a pinch run for the starting first baseman. What a year Garcia has had. All Big Ten defensive team. First team all conference. Had an emotional start to the year. Didn't have the rhythm or the feel for the game that she had when she went out with an injury early in her freshman season. Kelly I told us she's a player that had never experienced failure before. Had to talk with her and say, give yourself some grace. Sends this deep to right. Another bomb for Alina Garcia. 13-4 Bruins.
Have a night, freshman. Have a 7 RBI night. Back-to-back 3-run jacks. And look at the pitch location. This is not a strike. I'm not sure what Vega is thinking, but man, I would just be so frustrated because that's not a bad pitch. That's a ball off and it's a ball up. And both of the home runs from Garcia have been right center. And so you're talking about rhythm, and as a hitter, it's all about rhythm, seeing the pitches where they are and hitting them where they're at. But when you have opposite field power like that, that tells me that she is very calm, very comfortable. She's not anxious, not pull heavy. But my goodness, is she strong.
A career high 7 RBI night for Alina Garcia.
And for UCLA, obviously they want to punch their ticket to OKC. They are absolutely in the driver's seat here, but Alina Garcia, UCLA has to have her bat. And if she's swinging like that, watch out. Because she is going to continue to get pitches in clutch situations with runners on base. Batting behind Jordan Woolery leads the nation in RBI. Batting behind Megan Grant leads the nation in home runs. She's going to get pitches. And And so if she's hitting home runs on pitches that are out of the strike zone, I'm like, okay. It's really scary.
Watch out, Alejandre has broken the record. The new Big Ten freshman home run queen.
The baby Bruin Bombers, they're at it again. She's got some energy to her. And she's got some pop in her bat. We saw her homer yesterday, almost on this exact same pitch on the inner half. Quick hands, right to it, and the party is on here in LA.
Number 200 for the Bruin Bombers this year. No team has ever done it in the history of college softball.
It's incredible. Not that I was ever thinking of if we would see a team hit 200 home runs, but like, that's just a crazy stat that a team has hit 200 home runs for the first time ever in our sport. And of course it's UCLA. Of course, it has to be. So much history in this program.
They've had quite a back and forth this year with Oklahoma, who set a whole bunch of records back in 2021. It's been UCLA who's broken all of those here this year. Might the Bruins face Oklahoma at the Women's College World Series next week? The Sooners need a Game 3 win tomorrow against Mississippi State. Kelly I's team can taste it now. A 10-run lead in the 7th. And they will again face Tori Payne, who started the game for UCF, exited in the 5th, and now re-enters in the 7th.
If I'm Cindy Ball Malone, I just want my freshmen to feel this a little bit. There's so much to build off of getting to the super regional. This program has not been at this stage constantly. It's just their second in program history here at the Supers. And so a very young pitching staff, Tori Payne, so much talent, so much career ahead of her. I'm okay with this move, bringing her back in, especially if you know that your freshman can handle it mentally. And just by watching the way that Payne carries herself, I would think that she can. She's got great posture. She has good emotion. She's constantly talking to her team. Let's just go field this a little bit, and then we'll build off of it.
Mia Phillips taking her first cuts of the Super Regional. Pinch hitting for Kanaya Bragg, who exited the game with an apparent injury last inning. 0-2. Still no update on Bragg, but if you're UCLA, you are hoping that it is minor and that she'll be back to full strength next week when the Women's College World Series kicks off May 28th. You know, Kenzie, there's something to be said for home field advantage in this tournament. Sometimes it's overblown, other times it's understated, and I think with UCLA, it's understated. They've lost just 4 times on this field in the last 2 years. They have yet to lose an NCAA tournament game this year. 2 gone in the 7th. And for this team that swings the way they do, there's just got to be a level of comfort when you're playing on this field in front of this fan base.
That's been a great turnout. There's been some alumni, and of course we've been talking about Stacey Newman, but I've seen Maya Brady here, Aaliyah Jordan, Bree Perez. Like, the alums are out.
Of course, they've had no problem scoring no matter where they've played this year. Lead the NCAA with right around 11 runs scored per game. That has continued in the NCAA tournament as Alexis Ramirez comes to the plate here for UCLA with 2 down. 100 pitches tonight for Payne. Bruins have won 21 of their last 24 games. There are only 3 losses over that stretch, a pair to Oregon at the end of the regular season, and then to Nebraska in the Big Ten tournament title game. Assuming this score holds, boy, the momentum they are riding going into the World Series is something to consider.
Well, and you think about the run rule victory last night, being in control here in game 2, probably, I mean, pending the rally of all rallies. It would beat the Texas Tech rally against Ole Miss last weekend, right, if UCLA is able to get back in this thing. But not having Taylor Tinsley throw another game, huge.
Yeah. Two from Payne. Full count to Ramirez. Talk about Tinsley. She has been the bionic arm. 473 pitches in the NCAA tournament for the UCLA hurler. Payoff gets under the glove of Jaimez at third. Ramirez continues the 7th with a 2-out base knock. A career-high 4-hit night for the UCLA starting catcher. And now Sujin Berry will come to the dish for the Bruins, the 9th UCLA hitter of the inning. And it's interesting, Kenzie, we all know who's going to pitch for this Bruins team, assuming this score holds in OKC next week. It is going to be Taylor Tinsley every time this team steps between the white lines. At what point does fatigue become a factor, but also in the same breath, at what point does it matter if your team's putting up 11, 14 runs a night the way UCLA has this tournament?
Well, Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery, of course, they're the ones being interviewed a lot, but UCLA, they've talked about how motivated they are offensively to score runs for their senior. They know the situation, and it's kind of interesting because you could feel a ton of pressure in this situation offensively where you're pressing and you feel like you have to provide for Taylor in the circle. But it has been the complete opposite. Best offensive year ever in our sport, not just for UCLA. And so it's just kind of an interesting storyline, and it tells me that there's some good culture going on by the coaches to make sure that everyone's in the right headspace to swing as free as this team is, knowing that they have to score.
Kelly, in a way, Perez explained it to us, sort of like, look, the offense has her back. She's got the offense's back. Let's just go play.
And it's not to say that UCLA has to score because Taylor Tinsley's given up runs. No. Taylor Tinsley is an All-American. It's just they need to score to keep her as healthy and as fresh for as long as this team wants to go, which is the distance. That's the expectation in this program. National championship every year.
They have won an NCAA record 12 in the history of the program, last coming in 2019. They've been close a couple of times in recent years since that 2019 title. 2-2 to Berry. Of course, Oklahoma won 4 in a row. And then last year, Texas won the program's first ever national championship. Could the Bruins climb the mountaintop again this year with this team? And there's an out because Sujin Berry did not step into the batter's box in time. Action clock expired, results in a strike. She had 2 of them. That ends the 7th. It was a big one for UCLA. They lead it by 10. UCF season hangs on the final 3 outs when we come back. During our last commercial break, Coach Bear brought her entire team in, circled up in front of the dugout to get prepared for these final 3 outs. Trailing by 10 with their season hanging in the balance in the program's 2nd trip to a super regional in their history. Important to note that just 1 week ago, UCLA led 7-1 against Cal Baptist. CBU scored 10 runs in 1/2 inning. Taylor Tinsley was in the circle for much of that inning, as she is now as she steps into the circle for the 7th. It would be a monumental task to score 10 tonight against Tinsley, who has 9 strikeouts, a postseason career high.
Say one thing about that Cal Baptist game, I feel like it forced and Taylor Tinsley maybe just herself, like she has been different since that game. And sometimes you need a little spark just to kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, like, all right, I better dial it up here. This is postseason.
What a warrior she's been. She's pitched in 15 consecutive games for UCLA. 8 of those starts. And she's averaged over 95 pitches per game in the NCAA tournament. Gets a strikeout of Damon. Number 10 for Tinsley.
Well, she has talked about it, and Kelly Inouye-Perez has talked about her shape and knowing that she was going to be the arm this season. And how good she has been in making sure that her body feels as fresh as it can, especially towards the end of the season. She said, I am in the best shape of my life. Give me the ball. And the post-game press conference last night, they were talking, kind of joking about the run rule and how they were so locked in the dugout. Taylor and Kelly were talking about matchups. She was like, I was ready to go back out there. I was excited to go back out there.
Do you do anything special, Taylor, to maintain this longevity? No, she said. I've just kind of always been this way. Give me the ball. I want to throw. Gamer for UCLA. 2-1. Line drive, left center, down and off the wall for one base. No, Merdez is going to take two on the juggle in center field.
Merdez has had herself a good night. 3 for 4. Had 2 singles and now a double.
You referenced last inning Ole Miss's ridiculous comeback against Texas Tech in the regional. If memory serves, they scored 8 runs with 2 outs in the 7th inning to force extra innings, and then ultimately won that game before Tech took the regional. Now the Red Raiders will face Florida tomorrow on ESPNU in a decisive Game 3. It can be done. We've seen it in this tournament. We've seen Sierra Humphreys put some good swings on Taylor Tinsley pitches this weekend, including a homer last night.
Love her routine.
The simplicity of it.
Yeah, just constantly resets herself. So much about pitching is what goes on between the ears, and it can be a very lonely place. There's some crazy thoughts that we will have. You've only know it if you felt it and done it.
11 Ks for Tinsley. And the Bruins are 1 away from their 34th trip to the World Series.
You have to constantly pump yourself up, get yourself in the right mind frame, where you need to be your best. Of course, you're working with your teammates, they're behind you, you're constantly talking to lefty behind the plate or whoever your catcher is, but ultimately it's on your shoulders.
Strike 1 to Cheyenne Irvin. If this is the end of the road for UCF, what a season. 41 wins, first time since 2023. A trip to the Super. First time since 22. Second time in program history. And it included a historic win and perhaps a program-defining win against Florida State in Game 7 of the Tallahassee Regional. But they have run into a legit national champion contender in Taylor Tinsley, Jordan Woolery, Megan Grant, and the rest of these Bruins.
Just such a foundational piece for this UCF program.
Irvin pops it up to center. Back on it, Garcia. That will do it. UCLA is going back to the World Series.
chanting OKC, and no program has been there more than UCLA. And for UCF, we'll build on this second super regional appearance. We say goodbye to the 6 UCF seniors, the 2 captains, Ashley Griffin, Aubrey Evans, the heartbeat of that night's team. They'll be back. Very young squad. They will absolutely be back on this stage. And that's a big hug from the roommates, Taylor Tinsley, Jordan Woolery, the All-Americans, doing it in different ways, leading their young team. Only 3 seniors on this UCLA team, but man, do those 3 seniors carry the weight for this program. And you just cannot say enough about Taylor Tinsley and what she has done and how she has pitched. Number 23 has left everything on the line for the Bruins. But this offense, man, oh man, literally swinging their way to OKC because they can. The best offense that we have ever seen in our sport.
Well, you mentioned all the big swings. 7 home runs in the Super Regional. They have 18 in the NCAA tournament so far through 5 games. They are 5-0 since the postseason began, and they are going back to Oklahoma City.
Well, what's scary about this UCLA team is it wasn't Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery. They were constantly pitched around. It was the other pieces, the freshmen, the bottom of the lineup. Of course, Alina Garcia stepping up behind those 2 All-Americans. That's what makes this offense so dangerous.
Time now for our Capital One rewarding performance. The 4 home runs by UCLA, beginning with Alexis Ramirez, bringing them again to historic number 200.
The only team to ever do it in our sport. 200 home runs in a season. Are you kidding? And I just love the fact that the party started with these young hitters. Brie Alejandre, Alina Garcia, of course, the night that she had, we got to talk about it. 7 RBI. This swing was so impressive. A right-handed hitter, seeing a ball deep, opposite field power. There's some energy in that dugout.
Alina Garcia had a pair of homers, driving in a program record 7 RBI in a postseason game. We're now joined by Alina in all those championship hats. Congratulations on the dub.
Thank you so much.
Alina, you got injured 17 games into your freshman year last year. Kelly I told us what a grind it was for you to get back. In your own words, what does it feel like to contribute the way you have this year in your return to the field?
Yes, last year definitely changed my perspective on the game, and now I'm just grateful for every opportunity that I get to be out there on the field with my teammates and just surrounded by so much love. So every game I'm just out there giving my 100% for the team and for my loved ones that are here watching me play.
Alina, you're a freshman, even though you're playing but like a player that's wise beyond your years. Your coach is getting doused behind you, but talk about playing behind Jordan Woolery and Megan Grant and being the hitter that is behind Woolery. You're going to get a lot of pitches, and you were so clutch tonight.
Yeah, they're the best duo in the country, and honestly, being able to hit behind them, I learned a lot just from watching them practice, watching them play in game, their approach, their mindset. It makes me better, so being able to hit behind them is honestly a privilege, and I know I'm going to get many opportunities because not many pitchers want to pitch to them, so when I get the opportunity, I just got to take it for granted.
Well, we watched you call timeout a couple of times talking to your senior in the circle, but just speak to what Taylor means to this team and just being the workhorse out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're fighting for Taylor. We know she's fighting for us, so we're doing the same for her. It's 9-on-1 when we're out there on that field, and I'm just there for Taylor, trying to field every ball for Taylor, and even my runs, like, dedicated to her.
Alina, congratulations. Go celebrate this
Thank
win.
you.
We'll see you in Oklahoma City.
Thank you so much.
UCLA is going back to the World Series for the 34th time in program history. They seek an NCAA record 13th national title. Another name has been etched in the World Series bracket. UCLA will take on Alabama in round 1. Arkansas and Nebraska will also face each other on the same side of the bracket. Meanwhile, 3 decisive game 3s tomorrow. Big day of super regional softball still to come on ESPN. For Kenzie Fowler, our entire ESPN crew, Matt Schumacher saying so long from UCLA, where the Bruins and the Bombers brought the bats in a big way, and Taylor Tinsley continues to lead with an epic performance in the circle. Bruins do it again in a big way, winning 14-4. Let's send you to SportsCenter Late Night with SVP.